Help me to reach 2,000 subscribers. The moment I saw the text, my breath stopped. Last night was perfect. Can't stop thinking about you. It wasn't my message. It wasn't even from a number I recognized. But it was on her phone, my wife's. The name above the message was saved as S. No emoji. Just that single letter. Cold. Simple. Secret. For a moment, I just stood there in the kitchen, phone trembling in my hand. The smell of coffee still lingered in the air, mixed with the faint vanilla perfume she always wore. It was early morning. Sunlight crept through the blinds, cutting the room into long, silent stripes. And there it was, our perfect life, split apart by one glowing notification. She was in the shower, humming softly, the same song she always sang on Sunday mornings. I stared at her phone again, trying to convince myself it meant nothing. Maybe it was a coworker. Maybe it was a friend joking. But then I opened the chat. The messages hit me like a fist. You looked beautiful falling asleep in my arms. He'll never suspect anything. Same time next week. My throat closed. My knees felt weak. I set the phone down as if it were burning me. When she walked out of the bathroom, wrapped in a towel, steam clinging to her hair, she smiled. That same soft, familiar smile that used to make me feel at peace. "Morning, babe," she said, unaware her world was about to collapse. I forced a smile. "Morning." She poured herself coffee, kissed my cheek, and asked if I could take her car for a wash later. My mouth stayed still. I watched her lips move, her eyes glow with ordinary affection, and I wondered how long she had been living two lives. The day passed like a fogged mirror. Every word she said sounded rehearsed. Every movement felt calculated. When she laughed, I wondered who else had made her laugh like that recently. When she hugged me, I wondered if she imagined someone else's arms. I didn't confront her. Not yet. I needed to see it with my own eyes. I needed proof that couldn't be erased or denied. So that night, I told her I had an early meeting the next morning and would be gone before dawn. She nodded, kissed me goodnight, and rolled over. I lay awake beside her, staring at the ceiling. Her breathing grew slow and steady, but my mind wouldn't stop racing. I thought about every small change I'd ignored. The late nights, the dead batteries, the sudden perfume that wasn't hers, the way she had started sleeping with her phone face down. When I finally closed my eyes, I didn't sleep. Planned. The next evening I followed her. She thought I was still at work, but I parked a few blocks from our house and watched from the shadows. She left wearing her red dress, the one she used to wear for me on our anniversaries. Her car pulled away slowly, taillights fading into the city's heartbeat. Followed heart-pounding. She stopped at a small hotel on the edge of town. The kind of place where curtains stay closed and names aren't asked. She stepped out, glancing around nervously before walking inside. That was it. The confirmation. I sat there in my car for nearly an hour, hands gripping the wheel so tightly my knuckles turned white. The truth was no longer a shadow. It was a blade pressed against my chest. But when she finally walked out, laughing beside a tall man in a gray jacket, something inside me shattered so quietly I almost didn't feel it. He leaned down and kissed her. She didn't resist. She smiled. I didn't take pictures. I didn't confront them. I just drove home. That night I packed a small bag. My clothes, my documents, my camera. Nothing more. I didn't leave a note. I didn't want to explain something she already knew. She came home past midnight. I pretended to be asleep, breathing evenly while she crept into bed. Her hair smelled different. Her hand brushed my arm. I wanted to pull away, but I didn't move. I just lay there, dying quietly beside her warmth. At sunrise, I slipped out of bed. The house was silent. Even the walls felt heavier, as if they were keeping my secret. I placed my wedding ring on her nightstand and stared at her sleeping face one last time. She looked peaceful, innocent even. For a moment, I almost convinced myself to stay. But then I remembered the text. He'll never suspect anything. Left. 2 days passed before she called. Her voice trembled with worry. Where are you? What's going on? I didn't answer. I just listened to her breathe, waiting for her to confess. She didn't. Instead, she cried, whispered that she loved me, that she was scared. Later, she sent messages. Dozens of them. Some begging. I'm angry. One said she knew what I'd seen. That was the one that broke me. I typed a reply, I saw everything. Then I deleted it. There was nothing left to say. Weeks turned into months. I found a small apartment near the sea. I spent my evenings walking along the shore, letting the waves erase her name from my thoughts. But healing wasn't clean. It came in fragments. Quiet mornings where I felt free, followed by nights when I missed her so much it hurt to breathe. Sometimes I'd catch myself scrolling through old photos of us, her smile frozen in time, untouched by lies. I'd wonder if she missed me or just the version of me that didn't know the truth. Then one evening, while watching the sunset, I got a message from an unknown number. I'm sorry. I lost everything. Please forgive me. It was her. For a long time I stared at the screen, feeling the pull of old memories. The nights we laughed. The mornings we made coffee together. The promises whispered under fading light. But forgiveness wasn't love. It was letting go. Typed, I already did. Goodbye. This time I pressed send. As the sun disappeared beyond the horizon, I realized something strange. Her betrayal didn't destroy me, it revealed me. I had spent years building my life around her happiness, her needs, her approval. But standing there, listening to the tide, I finally felt something close to peace. She may have chosen someone else, but I chose myself. And though I never said goodbye out loud, I think she heard it in the silence I left behind.